Well, it hurts the old pride to do this today, but I'm here to admit I have been wrong and the Christians have been right. And it hurts the old pride for me to say that, but it's true. So I'm manning up. I'm here today to admit it. And from henceforth, I will no longer declare that I am not mad at God. See, Christians have been saying for years, and I've been correcting them myself. Well, not really correcting them because I was wrong, but they keep saying atheist or atheist because they're just mad at God. And I think, well, that's silly as an atheist. Like, when something bad happens in the world, like, I don't just automatically say, oh my God, Zeus and Marduk or Buddha are super mad. Like, that don't even enter my mind. Like, magical deities don't come into the equation, because I live in reality. But it turns out I have been wrong and I am just mad at God. And I've thought about this a whole lot and come to this admission for several reasons. One of them being that I was a Christian for over 20 years and I fell away. So, according to Hebrews 6, it is impossible for me to be brought back to repentance. So, I'm never getting in. And Jesus says that blasphemy is an unforgivable sin. Let's face it, I pretty much do that on the daily and will probably continue to do so, unless I'm dead. So there's that, and there's the fact that God is who he's represented to be. Whether he's real or not, turns out he is a murdering, psychopathic, narcissistic, absolute barbarian of a deity. I mean, this God unalives innocent babies. He does it to David and Bathsheba's infant son in 2 Samuel chapter 12, verses 13 through 18. God himself makes an infant sick for a week and then has it unalived. And I mean, I don't like that. Like, that just makes me mad. It just makes me so mad that somebody would murder an innocent baby that had nothing to do with this situation. And I made a video about that recently. And what I keep hearing is that God had to take action to punish David. So he unalived an innocent baby to punish David. So, like, I'm kind of curious what's going on in the Christian head there. Are y'all picturing God, like, unaliving this baby and being like, look what you did, David. Look what you made me do. You're making me do this. This is you, David, not me. Is that how it's going? Because that's how you're explaining it. Oh, and it's not even just that one. Picture in the slaughter of the Amalekites. Whew, that's a rough one. So God orders a bunch of infants, people, and animals. Like, what the freak did animals have to do with anything? He orders them all destroyed. And it gives the reason why God does this. And the reason is because the Amalekites came up against the Israelites when God brought them out of Egypt. So what makes me so mad about this whole situation is not only that he had animals and infants and children and women and innocent people overall slaughtered by the thousands, put to the sword in gruesome fashions, but he did it because 400 years before that, like 15, 16 generations, Amalekites opposed Israelites coming out of Egypt. Yeah, they fought a war. And the Amalekites lost the freaking war. So he's punishing descendants 400 years later for losing a war that 15 generations prior their ancestors had fought. Yeah, I thought about it a lot. And the slaughter and genocides, the fact that God's drinking big, tall, cold glasses of genocider all the time in the Old Testament just makes me really, really angry. So, yeah. Hence, day fourth, I admit Christians were wrong. I am just mad at God. And I'm mad at God for all those reasons that I just said. I'm mad that I was raised being promised protection and guidance and never getting a flip of that. I'm mad because God makes his people lie on his book to make it true. I'm mad that they act like they're the righteous ones when they're clearly not that righteous. They're as flawed as anybody else. And they clearly worship a murdering psycho. So maybe you could correct me here, Christians, on my correction and tell me why I should not be mad. But if you tell me the same title story that God unalived an innocent baby because of something David did, and that's love and justice, I will just continue to tell you, you have no idea what love or justice seems to be. And it hates me to say that because I love humans and I want people to leave this ridiculous religious nonsense behind for good, and let's just move on as humans. You can be a good person without worshiping a baby killing deity. Anyway, there's my mission for the day. Like and follow me. By the way, I changed my name from Apostate Chess because I can't figure out how to play chess on here, basically. And I'm just doing mostly religious debunking anyways, and that seems to be where it's at. So I am now Apostate 8, and I am that because every time I make a video in sunlight, people tell me I look like an ape. They ask me if I've seen like Planet of the Ape Man and stuff. And, you know, it's kind of weird to be calling us humans who are apes, saying we look like apes. Like, of course we look like a fucking ape. We are apes. Ain't that crazy?